Okay, welcome everybody to a class on health, which is really appropriate. I've just come from the dentist's. I've been told I need a filling on that side. Yeah, a filling. We say a filling. And that's because I have a cavity on both sides, actually. I have a cavity. But they want a filling on that side and an extraction. Yeah, that's where they rip a tooth out on that side. And I've told them, well, I can afford the extraction, but I can't afford the filling and the extraction. I haven't got thousands of pounds to spend on my teeth. And unfortunately, teeth treatment is not free. Dental treatment is not free unless you don't work. Anyway, let's get on with health. And so we're also looking at have done and have been doing today, the difference between the two. Yeah, have done, the focus is on result, and have been doing, the focus is on duration. Okay, these are both present perfect tenses, which means that the signal words we've looked at for present perfect simple, very often they're signal words for present perfect continuous as well, especially these ones that I've put in the middle. How long, for and since, just is usually over there. Actually, it's usually have done, have just done, and not have just been doing. But it can be over there as well. I've just been doing my homework. Something like that is fine. I've just done my homework. Sounds like it's finished. I've just been doing my homework. The focus is on the action, the duration. Usually, though, the focus is on the result when you use just, and that's why usually it's over here. But today, this week, this year, this month, they're all unfinished periods, and unfinished periods are present perfect. And so sometimes they're here, sometimes they're here. Okay, but remember that the focus here is on result, the focus here is on duration. And that means if you say how many times, or you state the precise number of times, 6 times, you're always going to use this one. Yeah, I have written 6 letters. Not I have been writing six letters. I have run 300 meters and not I've been running 300 meters. If you say how many times, or you say exactly how many letters you've written, how many laps you have run, something like that, you're going to use simple, okay? Continuous is for long action verbs that continue into the present. And when I say action verbs, I mean not state verbs. You know, these don't describe states, they describe actions. And if it's describing an action, it's very often over here, especially when you're talking about how long, when you're talking about duration. Yeah, especially when you're doing that, you normally use these ones. So all of these verbs are very much an action. They're all actions, they're not states of mind, like know, understand, believe, want. Have as well as a state when you say have a car, have a brother. And so stated verbs will always be here. You can't put a stated verb into continuous. So remember that they are always over here. I mean, I do think that this one's used 90% of the time and this one 10% of the time. That's the difference. Yeah, you should be using that one far more often. Okay, and if you ever say already or yet or never, you can only use this with already and yet and never. You can't use continuous. You have to use simple and not perfect simple and not perfect continuous. Okay, superlatives are always over here. You don't use perfect continuous with superlatives. You use perfect simple. Okay. But for long action verbs that continue into the present, and also for repeated actions which are repeated an unspecified number of times. And that's important because a specified number of times is over here in perfect simple. Yeah, but you know, the difference between I have broken my leg, which is the correct one, and I've been breaking my leg, which is the wrong one, because it sounds like you've been breaking it and breaking it and breaking it again. Yeah, and so do bear in mind that I've been breaking my leg means many, many times. Yeah, but an unspecified number of times, and that's why it's wrong. Nobody's been breaking their leg all day. Yeah, it sounds like you've got a hammer and you've been smashing your kneecap all day. But I have broken my leg is what you want, and it's because it's one time. Yeah, if it's one time, the focus is on the result. I've broken my leg, and now my leg is in plaster.